Man B TV. Yeah, like, come on, follow me. Let's see what we got.
Listen closely if you trying to eat. Get passive income, got that money flowing in my sleep. Young and please, got 30,000 on my wrist, 10 on my fist, that 18 around my neck, make I can show respect. You looking at a God exhorting no fear, about 5 in each ear, that's what you wanna hear. VA.
Remember what I told you, right?
Yeah,
What I say?
it's grown man business.
It's grown man business. Boom!
I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be at all times, my G, at all times. And I know y'all see what's going down with Fat Joe. You know, Fat Joe said a whole bunch of things about YouTubers, about YouTube content creators. And I mean, it raised a lot of red flags, especially here at Grown Man Business TV. And please don't forget the TV. Now, I'm not going to make this a long one because it never takes that long to get the point over when it comes to Fat Joe. It never takes that long to get my point across when it comes to Fat Joe. You already heard what he said about hip hop. You know, Latinos making and creating hip hop 50% with black people. We already addressed that. But now we're going to address this content creator statement that he made. I mean, I don't know if Fat Joe is blowing Zaza, if he's on that cocaina, huh? But you are a Puerto Rican guy that acts like an Italian that raps. I mean, let me break that down again for you. Now, I don't want this to go over your head or under your bridge, but Fat Joe is a Puerto Rican that acts like an Italian and raps like a black guy. No identity. Actually, he's having an identity crisis and a midlife crisis all at the same time. Man, it's crazy. And you know, again, I had to listen to that clip maybe 1 or 2 times just to make sure I heard him right. I didn't want to jump off the bridge. I didn't want to jump the gun. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I heard it, and I'm going to let y'all hear it because you already know how we do over here at Grown Man Business TV. We're going to get into these clips, then we're going to double back, and we're going to get deeper into this angle. Hey, Fat Joe, we're going to get into these clips, we're going to double back, and then we're going to get deeper into this angle because you have to be addressed, my G. I don't know who let you out. I don't know who told you that content creating was your thing when you're a rapper. You're a Puerto Rican guy that acts like an Italian and raps like a black guy. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But here at Grown Man Business TV, my G, we see clearly and right through the smoke and mirrors, man. You out of pocket. And your beard'll never look like this, Fat Joe. All that beige. Listen, never trust a man that uses that much Beijing all over his face. You know what I mean? One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. Never trust a man that'll cut off his mustache, and never trust a man that will use a whole case of Beijing just to have a beard that looks like this. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So we're going to get into these clips, and we're going to get into these angles. Gang.
I watch this YouTube. And so what I know about YouTube is that they got guys on there that are absolutely nobody. But I mean nobody. I'm trying to figure out what's the criteria. What have they done? Have they produced this? You know, sometimes I'll be watching like reality shows, Love and Hip Hop, and they got guys on there that I don't know what they did.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's blasphemy to tell me that these guys are like stars or they created. It's crazy. Damn! But when you look at YouTube, you really see some guys with anywhere from 20,000, 200,000, whatever, views of people watching them that we don't know if these guys are child predators or pornography. We don't know these guys. Once again, it goes back to the shock value.
Point blank period. I sit back and I seen so many people
I had dinner last night with an alien. He was sitting right here. And they keep saying it credible enough, confident enough, you start believing this guy hangs out with aliens.
Yo, shout the season, man.
And I do know, all right, it's an era where social media, where everybody has an opportunity to be somebody and say whatever, but
you got all them other dusty bitches back there, John. Let's go. Hold on. Let's not go back. You gotta go to the crack house to find them. Please don't bring them bitches out. I love that song, baby. You gotta feed these girls something, man. You gotta feed these girls some food, John. God damn, that's what I mean. My business is rich.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Oh man, I mean, it is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be, but you heard that clip, right? I don't have to repeat it. You heard that clip. Now let's go into these angles, man. Let's go into these multiple different angles, Fat Joe. And first and foremost, Fat Joe said, you don't know these guys. These guys can get on YouTube, and when they get on YouTube, you don't know these guys. So you're telling me that because you're a rapper, we known you for 30 years, Fat Joe? Oh man, first off, you don't have that much music. Your catalog is not that deep for us to know you. Secondly, we do not know you. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who you are. Because I'll tell you this, Fat Joe, I didn't know that you had a disdain for black women the way you do. The way you talked to Little Mo and Vita that night, it really explained to me who you really are. I know you like the girls that look like Ashanti and them, but you don't like the dark-skinned Vita-looking girls and the Little Mo's of the world. Yeah, you called them dusty B-words. You remember that? I'm not sure if the world remembers that. So here at Grown Man Business TV, we gonna refresh their memories. We don't know you, my dog. We don't know you. Just because you've been on TV, just because you've been in the media, just because you make raps, don't mean we know you, my G. So somebody needs to tell you this. Somebody needs to put you in your place, man. See, this is what was happening with Fat Joe. He was falling off. The music has never been that much substance. He makes some good songs. They don't last that long. Lean Back was probably the biggest song he had. I can't think of any other tracks that lasted that long. So what he did was he came over to YouTube. He came over to the area that we all in right now and thought that because he's a rapper, we all know him. And because we all know him, we would want to hear from him. Nah, Fat Joe, we don't want to hear from you, my G. Yeah, you in the wrong place. Yeah, when your music career took a decline, you got on your knees in front of Jay-Z and you made up and you did what everybody else does when it comes to Jay-Z. You got on your knees, you put your knee pads on. Yeah, you opened wide. Fat Joe, you opened wide for Jay-Z. And just to get into a little power, to get into position, right? You got your little watch, the $2 million watch. Yeah, man, it's all for show. We don't believe you, my G. You need more people. And then got the nerve to talk about content creators, man, and talk down upon us. Listen, I want everybody that hears this to know this is what the majority of the rappers think. This is how they feel. This is what they talk about amongst each other. That's one of the things that turned me off to the whole hip hop thing and being a rapper. I learned I didn't want to ever be a rapper. I'm nice with the rapping though, but I don't want to be a rapper. You understand me? I'm going to get into a story about the 3 doors that was presented to me, Grown Man Business TV, but that's a whole nother video. Fat Joe, he also said, hey, anybody can get on YouTube and anybody can get on the camera and make content. And if they talk about hanging with aliens long enough, then you'll believe them. Well, that applies to you rappers as well. Yeah, I'm getting at you rappers, dog. It is what it is. We don't know y'all. We don't know y'all, and it applies to y'all as well. You understand what I'm saying? Now, anybody can get on the mic and rap. Anybody that wakes up one day and say, hey, I want to be a rapper, they can get on the mic, make a song, and become a rapper. You understand me, Fat Joe? I mean, it's a lot of y'all weirdos in rap that you think we know y'all, but we don't know y'all because we didn't know Bunny Hop and Meek would Bunny Hop for a few billionaires.
Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud. That's the wrong time. Count out loud. Don't cheat on your bunny hops. They suck. Your bunny hops suck. You got 250.
We didn't know Bunny Hop and Meek had those type of bunny hopping features all in his, we didn't know that. Yeah, we didn't know that until he exposed himself. We didn't know how you felt about black women, Fat Joe. Oh, I'm talking about dark-skinned, real black women. Not the old mixed breed Ashanti type black women. I'm talking about real black women. You understand me? Now, 1 minute you help create hip-hop along black people. The next minute you get on the stage with two dark-skinned sisters. Little Mo, we love Little Mo. Are you crazy? And gonna call Little Mo and Vita Dusty. So we don't know you guys. And anybody can be a rapper. I mean, the weakest, fakest, fraudest of men can get on the mic, make a song, and if you say that song if you say that song enough, we'll believe that you're a gangster. If you say that song enough with enough confidence, we'll believe that you have money. We'll believe that you're rich. And all the while these rappers, they go broke, they start going broke, their careers take a decline, and they have to figure out another way to create income. And here comes Fat Joe stepping into the YouTube area where you're not gonna make it, dog. You're not a big fish out here. You're not a shark in these waters. You're a guppy when it comes to this YouTube thing. You got dudes like Hassan Campbell, you feel me? And a whole bunch of other YouTubers that surpass you, bruh. Surpass you. They make, listen what I'm saying. These dudes get more views than all of your albums put together. So just because you're a rapper and you've been making songs for all these years don't mean we know you, dog. I'm disgusted, man. Somebody needs to do, I gotta be very careful with the YouTube algorithm. I don't want it to sound like hate speech or what I'm saying. But somebody need to get something to Fat Joe, man. Somebody get some mail to him, man. Somebody get this memo to him. You not big over here, dog. You a puppy. You a guppy in these waters. Fat Joe. What you should be doing is working out somewhere, man. Getting all that flab and that, all that loose skin tightened up, my G. Yeah, man. You got all this Beijing on. You feel me? You flabby and flip. You're all over the place. And somebody needs to tell you this, man. You out of pocket. And you in the wrong area, kid. Yeah, Fat Joe. Fat Joe running his mouth as usual, man. It gets deep, it gets wicked, and it's always deeper than rap when you scratching the surface. And here at Grown Man Business TV, we definitely scratching the surface, Fat Joe. We definitely scratching the surface. So I wanted to get that point across. I mean, and this is all different aspects of entertainment. I mean, all the way down to the Subway people. We didn't know what Jared was into. And now that people know what Jared was into, they still go get Subway sandwiches, man. You feel me? Somebody gotta pull Fat Joe to the side and take his phone away from him, man. Take his cameras away from him. Why are you standing in front of the camera so much when you're a rapper? Go get in the booth, my G. Can you make another hit? I'm not doubting you. Make another hit, man. Stay in your lane, my G. Now, it's another thing that Fat Joe said, man, that, just caused my wheels to turn. Red flags all over the field. Fat Joe also said, he tried to use an analogy because he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. He's not the smartest kid in the classroom. But when you get a little money, you start to think that you know something. You start thinking you're smart. You start thinking that you're sharp. No, Fat Joe. You're the furthest thing from smart, the furthest thing from the sharpest knife in the drawer. So he tried to use an analogy about like NBA and Shaq and Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith and all these guys. They were in the NBA. They played the sport. And that's why they're allowed to talk and critique the sport. Well, Fat Joe, why are you talking about YouTube content creators, Mike G, when you're a rapper? You should actually be addressing rappers because you played in the sport of rap. Why aren't you addressing these drill rappers, Fat Joe? Why aren't you addressing the violence that these rappers are talking about in their rhymes, Fat Joe? The violence that's taking place in the Bronx, Fat Joe. All these guys that talk about what they do for the community, all these guys act like they have a foothold on something. But when you look at their community, it's in shambles. It's in shambles. So instead of talking about YouTubers, Fat Joe, you should probably address your community. The place you grew up in, the South Bronx. You dudes are weak. You have no control over anything. And all you do is point the finger at your fellow brother. Well, we're not your brother. You're full-blown Puerto Rican that sounds like an Italian and raps like a black guy. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But somebody get this to Fat Joe. I mean, it is disgusting. And you know, the thing is, man, when you look at these dudes and you look past the smoke and mirrors, you can see what they really are, man. And all of these rappers are just like Meek Mills. They are bunny hopping Meeks.
Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your beat in tennis. You got your beat. Keep going. Count out loud.
That's the wrong time. Nigga.
Count out loud.
30.
Huh?
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42.
Keep going. Keep going.
7, 8, 9, 1, 2.
Keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat on your bunny hops. They suck. Your bunny hops suck. You got 250.
Oh, if you put the right amount of money in front of them, if you put them in front of the right billionaire, they will bunny hop. Huh? Meek Mill, you remember that, huh? Bunny hopping Meek. Ain't that your man, Fat Joe? You know, your fellow rapper, fellow artist? Suckers, man. I gotta be careful with this YouTube thing, because they played with one of my videos, and I already told y'all. You play with another video, I'ma demonetize the channel, and we going up after that. So get this to Fat Joe. Fat Joe, go hit the gym, my G. Get in shape, man. You looking sloppy out here, man. Them sweaters you be wearing be looking crazy. Your body's like the Michelin Man up under that thing, bruh. Yeah, you built like a sack of potatoes, my G. You and Lizzo would do good on the track together. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But watch how you talk about YouTubers, Fat Joe. Watch how you open your fat mouth about YouTube content creators, Fat Joe, because we don't know you. We don't know none of you rappers. All you rappers is on some weirdo. Yeah, y'all all weirdos, B. Y'all all part of the ABC, LBG, 1, 2, 3 community, the Rainbow Coalition. And and time always tells with you guys. We gonna speed the time up, though. Last but not least, the way you feel about black women, why is nobody addressing that? The things you said about Vita and Lil Mo.
You got all the mother dusty bitch back there, John. Let's go.
Why is nobody addressing that over and over again? You should be getting addressed about that on every interview. Why would you say that? Because you said what you really felt. I saw the verses. You said that out the pureness of your heart, my G.
You got all the mother dusty bitch back there, John. Let's go.
You are a Puerto Rican that acts like an Italian mob boss and raps like a black guy. Never forget that. This is Grown Man Business TV, my G. And don't you ever forget the TV, Fat Joe. You better not never forget the TV. Gang.
GNB TV. Yeah, like, come on, follow me. Let's see what we got.
Listen closely if you trying to eat. Get passive income, got that money flowing in my sleep. Young and please, got 30,000 on my wrist, 10 on my fist. That 18 around my neck, make I can show respect. You looking at a God exhorting no fear. About 5 in each ear, that's what you wanna hear. VA.
Remember what I told you, right?
Yeah,
What I say?
it's grown man business.
It's grown man business.